Hope you're doing good. Okay, listen, we're just going to get us set up on all platforms here, but we're going to make sure that we are all good to go. First of all, how are you guys? Happy Friday. What a time to be alive. So many of you I was expecting to be hanging out with in the flesh, but this is like the next best thing, right? Okay, so as you hop on, say hello, tell me where you're tuning in from, where you would have originally been flying in from. I know that this is also for people that don't have Design Hacking Live tickets. This is just open to everyone. So just tell me where you're from. How are we doing? What's the quarantine situation looking like where you're from? Like, I want to know the actual details. Okay, so I want to make sure that I'm live here. Okay, nice. We got people and, yes. Okay, awesome. Okay, amazing. Let me turn this off. How are you guys doing? So here we go. We got my thing here. Matt, Jackson, Hannah, Emily, Lenny. Hello. Awesome. Okay. You guys are amazing. Again, where are you coming in from? How are we doing? What's the status? Guys, we're going to have fun today. This is going to be really good. And let me kind of tell you the objective and game plan for today. Is this cool? So objective and game plan for today is to kind of start off this entire 6-month design hacking experience. Now, if you have been listening to me all in the last little bit, essentially, as you know, just with the state of the world right now, it literally is not possible for us to do Design Hacking Live. And so there were so many questions in regards to what to do. And I just in my heart couldn't cancel it. I just couldn't do it. And so I said, we have to find a different way. And so the next thing we were like, well, if we don't cancel it, then we have to reschedule it. And then it was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't wait 6 months to hang out with these people. Like, selfishly, like, I don't think I can wait that long. So then came this idea where it's like, again, what if we turn this 2-day event into a 6-month experience? And thus was born the Design Hacking Experience. So it's going to be amazing. Okay, yes, okay. Andrea, so have you here? Mom, hi. Okay, we got Hannah, Emily, Donna, Corey, Jackson, you're in Florida, Melissa, Michaela, Mario, hello. Justin, Dan, Amber, Jordan. Okay, awesome. We'll make sure to push this out to everybody else as things get going. But, okay, game plan today. Start this whole thing off. Essentially, I want to tell you what's going on with Design Hacking Live, so that's the Design Hacking Experience. 2, how we're going to do it. And then 3, something I wasn't actually planning on sharing as much of, but I had a little epiphany today. And that has to do with why we're going to do this. So again, this is about to be a jam-packed experience. You guys know this about me. I basically have one speed. So it's we're just going to go, okay? So, first things first that I want you guys to be aware of and that I want to go into is I want to go into what does this like design hacking experience actually mean. I know a lot of people have questions and they're like, how are we going to do this? What's this going to look like? Don't worry, we're going to make it happen. But, and I'm going to go through all these details with you because the last thing I want is for there to be any confusion. This is actually a really happy time. And I think, especially after we talk about it a little more, you're going to realize this is actually going to be a really, really good thing. So, what I want to do is I want to give you a little bit behind the scenes. Some of you might have seen this morning. If not, I want you guys to pay attention, but I want to walk you through the journey of how we went from having Design Hacking Live, which was originally intended to be scheduled for right now, like as we speak, we were supposed to be hanging out, and how it came into this new experience. So, are you guys ready? We got Chris Holloway, Travis, hello, Yogi, Lauren. Okay, very nice. Okay, you guys ready? Is this cool? Okay, so here we go. The story behind how we went from Design Hacking Live in March to the Design Hacking Experience. Here we go. So, Design Hacking Live got rescheduled. Design Hacking Live has not been canceled. It has been rescheduled. Here's what happened. We set the date for Design Hacking Live. We risked our lives to go skydiving and create the coolest promo video ever for the event. We prep for Design Hacking Live. That is my vision. It's like, in terms of like
can stop itching now.
if you can come to me with a draft of a minute-by-minute schedule.
And you and one other person get to
I think the second one is for them to have tangible evidences.
And our
marketing is working. So
it wasn't that they sat in a room for 2 days and heard people speak. We told the world about Design Hacking Live. All right, everybody.
Hello, my design hacking friends.
It's a 2-day event all in Salt Lake City.
Hey guys, my name is Alejandro.
How to present stories that convert.
Hello, Design Hacking Live crew.
Check the link below above wherever it is. All I'm saying is this is the event that you do not want to miss. We took a brief pause to speak at Funnel Hacking Live.
Put our hands together for this challenge, go!
We came back and announced all the speakers for Design Hacking Live.
Cody Jefferson. Oh my gosh, you guys. Lauren.
Yes, that.
Stephanie Dove Blake.
Because I had and started just making.
Austin Dixon.
And I said, hey, how do I create content?
Of course we have to have Paul.
Quite the intro.
Katie Richardson. Buenos dias, how are we doing? But meanwhile, this was happening around the world.
The worldwide spread of the coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Global pandemic.
This is literally a matter of life and death.
Emergency teams in full hazmat suit.
What's going on, China? Justin Bieber.
Serious and growing disruptions for the nation's airlines.
2 weeks in quarantine.
No more rest amounts, okay?
So the NBA suspended their entire season.
So I'm just telling you that in regards to your conference you had you might have to start thinking about that. Not stress you out.
Paul, do we need to have a serious conversation about this?
I've been feeling it for a bit. We're 2 weeks out, and like very realistically, it could be gnarly in 2 weeks.
Spain is 8 days behind Italy, and we're 8 days behind Spain. I don't know, because I've never had to deal with an epidemic like this.
I thought they gave you a course on this when you became an entrepreneur.
What is more irresponsible? I want to do it.
We put in all the work. Obviously, we want to execute.
That is the scary thing. It's like, if my event was in Italy, I would cancel it.
Theoretically, your event is in Italy.
If it all canceled, we're not idiots. We'll figure it out.
And when I started to realize that rescheduling Design Hacking Live was the right decision to make, oh man, was I a sad lady.
The coronavirus until 3 hours ago. If you would have told me when I woke up today that I was seriously considering canceling this event by 2 o'clock.
You know my feeling.
I'm the one that brought it on. I'm so sorry. I could have heard it.
Here's the deal. Design Hacking Live is not canceled. It's rescheduled for September 25th and 26th, 2020 in Salt Lake City, Utah. We're turning the 2-day event into a 6-month experience. That means 6 months of coaching, 6 months of implementation, and 6 months of becoming a master design hacker, a marketer who knows how to present stories and offers that actually convert. Now, if you have your ticket already to Design Hacking Live, you're set for this 6-month experience. Details are already in your email inbox. But if you have not yet bought your ticket to Design Hacking Live, go get your ticket already and join us for the 6-month experience. Start by going to designhackinglive.com. And in the meantime, be safe, wash your hands, stock up for some self-quarantine time, and join us for the 6-month Design Hacking Live experience that is culminating with the actual in-person Design Hacking Live event September 25th and 26th in Salt Lake City, Utah. Get your ticket at designhackinglive.com. See you there. First of all, huge shout out to my team, specifically Paul Van Bloom for editing that video. He's amazing. But that is real life. So my mom's on here right now. She knows. She's like, I don't know if you guys heard in the clip. She was like, I'm sorry I started this. It seriously was crazy. And I know I've told this story a few times, but, and I think everybody here, especially if, well, wherever you are in the world, I think there's kind of just been like, and in the States, all of a sudden it was like Corona, it just, what the ramifications of it just accelerated so quickly. And so, I mean, honestly, we were 16 days out, and at that point, it was still hard to determine what was going on, and it was really interesting. A bunch of things from my church got canceled. Like, we have, like, worldwide events, and those got canceled. So that was the first time when I was like, oh, shoot, like, do I need to consider canceling? And anyway, and then honestly, like, literally, I'm a little, I don't know if I'm embarrassed that I cried, but I think we had just been working toward this. And you guys know, like, how long have we been hyping this? Like, so long. We're so excited. excited for at least 9 or 10 months, and to be like within 16 days and to have to change the game plan was just a bummer on so many fronts. I think a bummer that I wasn't going to be able to see you guys, a bummer that we weren't going to be able to follow through, but I think most importantly, like, what a bummer in the realm of why it had to be canceled. It's more than a bummer. It can be scary and uncertain. And so, anyway, so we had a good cry, but I think what's been really interesting, and we talked about this in the Design Hacker group yesterday, is that this has really interestingly been a time of great reflection and a time to get really clear. I mean, I don't know if I've ever had a time in my life where literally everything is off the calendar, from like huge like business trips, things like Design Hacking Live, like down to where it's like I'm not going to like my church activities, or it's like if somebody asks me to lunch, I don't go. Like, it's crazy. I've never had that. And so to be in a situation where literally everything's wiped from the calendar, it almost forces you to get crazy clear on why you're doing what you're doing. And so when we were planning this Design Hacking Online experience, honestly, what we were going to do is we were going to show this vlog, and then we were going to go deep into like, okay, so like, what is that going to look like? What do the 6 months look like? All these different things, and start to dive really deep into that. But as I was working on that today, and I was finalizing, this literally happened today. As I was finalizing that today, it was just that happened to feel a little bit in contrast with this like great clarity that I had been experiencing in terms of why we're doing what we're doing. And as I was sitting there today, like prepping, kind of doing some last minute stuff for this, all of a sudden I was like, I don't know how loud we have been about why we are hosting Design Hacking Live. Like, why are we actually doing this? What's the point? And I think that this question comes up even a little bit more when it's like, why didn't you just cancel it? Or why aren't we just postponing it 6 months? Like, why are you making such a big deal to start right now? And I've had even a few people ask me that, like, oh my gosh, that's like so much more work. Or like, are you going to make people who already bought tickets pay more for the coaching and like all these different things? I was like, literally no. Like, it's just, we have to do this. And answering this question of like, why are we even doing this? We got to tell the story why. Is that okay? Yes? Okay. Reno's here, Jessica's here, Era's here, Valerie's here. Thank you so much. Anyway, hello Everett, to Hannah as well. Anyway, so we're actually gonna do a pause before we do a deep dive into what this 6 months is gonna look like, and we're gonna talk about the why. Why put in all the effort behind this thing? Like, why are we making videos about this new plan and putting on Design Hacking Online and putting together this whole 6 month coaching program literally for free? Like, why are we doing this? Can we talk about this? Is that okay? Okay, so to tell this story, I started to film a few videos this morning, and by this morning, this afternoon, like 3 hours ago, and so you'll see I'm in the same outfit, but they're going to help us tell a story. So, you guys ready to go? We're going to dive into why we're working so hard to put together this design hacking experience and what that can mean for, and should mean for you. Is that cool with you guys? Yes? Okay, here we go. Oh wow, I really thought that I was queued up on this. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. Okay, here we are, my friends. Oh my gosh. Okay, what have we learned? We've learned a few things in this exact moment. We thought we were queued up, and we weren't queued up. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do this right now. Okay, so while I'm queuing this up, actually I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. You Mac owners know. You know when you put something on your desktop and it automatically goes to the cloud? So we're just gonna download these from the cloud right now and see if they'll come back to us. This is called #NeverWhatYouWannaSee in a live event, but we're rolling with it. Okay, that's okay. I can start this first part of the story without this video. So here's the deal. I'm actually gonna tell you the true story of what happened. There I am today. As everyone, I'm painting a picture. Are you with me? Here I am, literally at this desk. Now, something that you need to notice about this desk is that it's actually pretty messy right now, but because everything behind me is pretty chaotic, you probably didn't even notice that it's insane on here. But it's insane on this desk, okay? Totally insane on this desk. And anyway, so here I am prepping for this thing, and like, I don't know if you guys ever had this moment, like, I'm looking at what I need to do in preparation for this, and like my next step, it just felt hard, and it was like, I need to break this up into littler steps so it feels less overwhelming, but instead of doing that, I just went on Instagram. I'm just gonna be honest, that's actually what I did. I just went on Instagram. So I went on Instagram and I'm like scrolling through, and I'm scrolling through, and all of a sudden this video comes up, actually from my friend Jenica Parcell. She lives here in Utah. She's amazing. Everybody go follow her. And it was this like mashup video that people had done of these like doctors and nurses who have just like been working, and scientists who are like working around the clock to help kind of curb the spread of coronavirus. And have you guys seen those, like the pictures where it's like their faces, like these like amazing doctors, their faces are bruised because they have these masks and goggles on? Do you guys know what I'm talking about now? Yes? Okay. So anyway, so I'm watching this video, and while I'm watching it, first of all, I'm just so grateful for these people, because literally if the internet goes away, I know this. Like, I volunteer myself to be sacrificed. I offer no wilderness survival skills. If the apocalypse happens, I'm dead weight. Like, the internet goes away and I'm done. So, like, I recognize my strengths and science and things of that nature, and medicine, they're just not that. So, like, number one, I'm just so grateful. And number two, like, to have this, like, video so poignantly point out what it is that we are, like, internationally united on right now, it kind of woke me up a little bit. Okay, so we got part one of the video, so I want to actually go ahead and show you. How will part 2 and 3 go? We don't know, you guys, but thanks for being here with me. But so I'm having this moment, okay? So here I am. I'm not procrastinating, but entirely that's actually what I'm doing. And I run across this video on Instagram, and it wakes me up a little bit. Okay, here we go. So here's the deal. It's 12:40, 3 hours and 20 minutes before I'm supposed to be going live for Design Hacking Online. I had a plan, and I think I realized that I had the wrong plan. So we're gonna make a different plan. Okay, so the original game plan is I was gonna go live in 3 hours. Here we go. And basically explain a little bit more in depth about how we transformed our 2-day Design Hacking Live event into a 6-month experience, because we had to switch things up with all the things going on with COVID-19. And so I was just gonna explain that really fast, and then essentially just go into like the offer stack of the 6-month coaching program, what that was gonna be like, and then we're gonna be like, hey, like, buy the ticket. So we have a really cool vlog, which I am gonna show you that because it's incredible. And then I was just gonna have like slides and stuff. But then I came across this video when I was supposed to be working, but sometimes you just have to take a break. So I came across this video on Instagram. Here's what it is.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out.
These are simply not normal times.
There are 1,000 new diagnoses in a single day. That's what we're bracing for.
I took an oath to save lives. On the line, we're gonna do everything we can to save your life, and so we need your help to make that possible.
Anyway, watched that video, started crying because I realized that I was missing the mark. Now, the what and the how are good, but when it's coupled without the why, it's kind of just like, meh, who cares? Also, look at the light to my neon dinosaur went out. Okay, so that was the video. I gave you like a little clip. So I'm watching this thing, and like you have this moment when you're watching this, like watching these people literally saving lives, and here I am, like this is honestly like 3 hours ago. You saw 3 or 4 hours ago, and I'm like, it makes you wonder if what you're doing is a little trivial. Like honestly, I'm like, I'm hosting an event called Design Hacking Live, and then literally you have these like doctors and nurses like working round the clock to try and like curb this pandemic. Like, is what I'm doing, does it even matter, right? So I'm having this like moment where here I am just like actually procrastinating, and then I just have this moment on my Instagram where I'm like, what am I even doing? What am I doing? And it really caused me to sit for a second and think back to this like time of space that I've been able to have for 2 weeks and be like, well, why am I doing what I'm doing? And do I know the answer? And I was grateful because these last 2 weeks have given me that. But all of a sudden, like, while I'm watching this Instagram video, having this moment of like, I'm prepping for design hacking online and people are actually dying. Like, am I actually doing important work? Like, is this actually an important thing that I'm doing? And so that's where I'm at in this story, okay? Are you guys with me? Okay, and like Shelly's like, listen, I'm feeling this same thing. Okay, so this brings us to part 2 in the story when I realized that there's a pretty good why to this whole thing. But I think we gotta dive into it a little bit more. So, part 2, you guys ready for part 2? Okay, part 2, here we go. Okay, so the what is that we're rescheduling Design Hacking Live. The how of this entire thing is that we're going to transform the 2-day event into a 6-month entire design hacking experience. 6 months of coaching, 6-month roadmap, 6 months implementation. But now we gotta answer this question of why. Why go through all the trouble of rescheduling the event? Why did we even have the event in the first place? Why? Okay, I actually have to be honest, I did not think that I'd go through this like this. Here we are. Now, I think the easiest way to do that is to start by talking about the definition of design hacking and how that actually came to be. Design hacking. The definition of design hacking is how to present stories and offers that convert. Now, quick pause in the story, because I gotta tell you about that guy, my wall. Now, the qualification for being on my wall is that at some point, you had to remind me to be more than I currently was. You had to remind me of the truest version of myself. Okay, so there I am, having this moment, realizing the definition of design hacking, how to present stories and offers that actually convert, and I'm looking at this wall, okay? And again, here's what I gotta tell you about this wall. The qualification for being on the wall, like I just said, is you have to have reminded me at like some point to be more or different or bigger or just a better version than what I currently was. So like, we have anyone from like, we have like Peyton Manning on that wall too, and there's an exact moment for every person. So Peyton Manning, he was playing for the Colts, which like, you know, killing me because I'm from Denver, so I'm a Denver Broncos fan, but like you just had to respect this moment. And I can't remember who they were playing. I need to look up the stats. Some of you might know this better than me. But there it is. It's like 4th and 7, okay? And the special teams comes on to punt the ball, and he literally waves them off the field. He's like, you can't come on. He's like, we're gonna do this. Like, who has the audacity to like just be like, no, get off the field, special teams? And they straight up converted and got a first down, and I just remember being like, that's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so we got in from like Peyton Manning to like Rachel Yanez. She's like, she works for me, she's on my team, like she's worked for me or like different members of my family for like 5 years. She's like the most like reliable and dependable person ever. Like I've always just admired her and like looked up to her. to like Jim and Pam from The Office, to my grandpa, to James Corden, to Shania Twain. Like, it's all over the map here, okay? Like, all over the map. And, anyway, but I love this wall, and I think the reason why this wall has had so much significance for me is because when I look at these people, again, there was a moment with every single one of them. With every single one of them. It wasn't just like, in general, I love Sarah Blakely, you know, or in general, I love Steve Jobs, or in general, I love my mom. Okay, that's true, actually, Mom. You're watching this. In general, I do love you. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, there were specific moments and stories that either they relate to me or I learned about them that just, like, my soul. That just, like, woke me up. And at their truest core, what they are, all these people on this wall, is they are epic design hackers. They know how to present stories and offers in a way that actually convert and resonate. And what's so fun about this is that it's not just like, okay, that's the end of the story. But the aftermath of that, like the aftermath of being an amazing design hacker, the aftermath of actually getting somebody or actually being able to present a story or an offer in a way that converts, is that it wakes people up. It literally wakes people up. And when you wake up, the world changes. Like, if you are acting in the truest version of yourself, in a version that's not riddled with insecurity, not riddled with fear, not riddled with uncertainty, which, let's talk about what's happening in our world right now, right? Like, if you act in a way that is not governed by those things, if you wake up to act as the truest version of Catherine, or the truest version of Corey, or Vince, or Naomi, or Chris, or Jenny, like, if you actually do that, nothing can stop you. And homes change, and communities change, and the world changes, okay? So, anyway, so that's where we're at in the story. I got one more part for you. Is that okay? Okay, so that's what I'm having. I'm having this moment, recap. There I am, getting ready for this, procrastinating, watch this Instagram video, have like a very quick existential moment where it's like, does anything that I do matters? Remember the wall. Remember the fact that the reason why these people on the wall are so important to me is because they woke me up. And the way that they woke me up is by telling me stories and giving me offers that actually converted, okay? So now, we got one more. We got one more thing. Here we go. Design hacking online was never meant to be some cool vlog that has an offer stack that ends up being a VSL that we're gonna push traffic to later. Like, we'd be selling it short. What Design Hacking Live online was always meant to be was a chance to wake people up. I believe in this so deeply. The definition of design hacking is how to present stories and offers that convert. But why? Because when you can tell people stories and offers that actually convert, it wakes them up. And when people wake up and start being the truest versions of themselves and not acting out of fear and not acting out of insecurity, but actually being the truest version of themselves, the literal world changes. Families change, and homes change, and communities change, and the world change. And if there has ever been a time where the world needs to wake up and where people need to start acting like the truest versions of themselves, it is now. Now, in this time of great uncertainty, I do have to say that there are a few things that I'm very certain about. Number one, God loves us and people are good. I believe that deeply. Number two, there has literally never been a better time to be a design hacker than now. 3, literally tens of millions of businesses have just flooded the market in a way where they need help. They need to know how to present their stories and offers online in a way that actually convert. And as a design hacker, you literally are equipped to do this. This is what's so fun about design hacking. If you know how to present stories and offers that convert, there are frameworks that work for funnels, for video, for podcasts, for stage, for copy, for everything. And the most fun part is not only are we pushing money, not only are we able to help your own business and other businesses be profitable online in a way that converts, but the whole point of this all is it wakes us up. And when we wake up, the world freaking changes. So, woof. That's the why. That's why! That is why. why. Again, the original intention of what was going to go down today is I was going to show you that really cool vlog in the beginning and then just be like, let's talk about the 6 months of coaching. But as I'm watching this Instagram video, having this existential crisis, I was like, I have to be loud and remind people about why it is we're doing what we're actually doing. I think we are in one of the most unique situations that has happened in all history of mankind, where the entire world, there is no one excluded from this, is united in a singular objective. Every single human being on the planet is being affected by what is happening right now. And so, and I think when there is something that so quickly puts everyone and everything dead in its tracks, it stops things, it forces routines to change. I think that is a moment of great decision. And I think what is so amazing about what's happening and that we're all united internationally about this is that we literally have the power and decision to determine whether or not this season of time is traumatic or empowering. What will it be? Now, does that mean that things aren't going to go wrong? No. Does that mean that things aren't going to be difficult? No. Does that mean that we're not going to have routines change or suffer some great losses or whatever that looks like? No. Like, I'm completely sensitive to the fact that there is literal insanity happening in the world right now, but as a design hacker, we get to learn how to present stories and offers that actually convert, and that includes to ourselves. We get to figure out how do we craft the experiences that we're going through in a way that are empowering and meaningful and lucrative and in a way that actually serves us. And so, why are we going through all of this effort to keep design hacking live and this design hacking experience and this movement going when there's literal insanity happening outside? The answer is because we can't afford not to. We literally cannot afford not to. And so my huge invitation for you guys today, you might already have a ticket to this thing, you might not, but the invitation to you today is so much bigger than buy a Design Hacking Live ticket. I think right now, at this point in what's happening in the world, there's an amazing, amazing invitation for us to wake up. To literally wake up and be intentional about what we're building in our businesses, about what we're doing spiritually, about what we're doing in our relationships. And what is so absolutely fun about design hacking is that it shows you how to craft these experiences in a way that serves you, in a way that will actually convert. Whether that is you're speaking to yourself, whether that is through a funnel, whether that is through video, whether that is through copy, like that's what's so fun about this. And so my invitation to you, way more than asking you or inviting you to buy a ticket to Design Hacking Live or this design hacking experience, is to derive this whole thing down to what it actually is, which is an invitation to wake up and step up. There has never been a time in the world where that needs to happen more than now. You are sitting on this opportunity of gold to not only help yourself and your family wake up, but to help other business owners who are losing their minds right now, who need to know how to get online or who need to know how to sell better online. This is what's so fun, is you literally are sitting on an opportunity to know how to do this. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. So are we on the medical front lines of this? No. Am I qualified to do that? Absolutely not. I literally, like, my body, like, I see a stub toe and I go through things, right? But I do think that there is need for a massive movement in the world to wake up. And what helps people wake up? It's stories and offers that convert. And if you can know how to tell stories and offers that convert in a way that touch people's souls, the world will change. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Is this okay? Yes? Okay. So here's what's really cool. Can I actually walk you through what this looks like now? Okay, so we got the why portion out. Now we're going to talk about this next part because it's just really exciting, okay? So I'm actually going to share my screen so I can show you guys this. Design Hacking Live! DesignHackingLive.com. Okay, first of all, if you haven't seen this video yet, Paul also made this video, and it's just so good that it actually hurts. It's like, it's one of the most incredible videos I've ever seen in my life. Okay, So designhackinglive.com, let me walk you through. So originally, if you went to designhackinglive.com, it would just be like, hey, come to Design Hacking Live, March 25th, March 26th, 2020. And it's like, psych, joke's on us. That didn't actually happen. But I want to update you what's happening here, okay? So, and what this next 6 months is actually going to look like. And let me move this out of the way really fast. So we're still going to have our live in-person event. Day 1 is all going to be about design hacking, how to present stories and offers that convert. Day 2 is how do you automate that on the back end. So we're perpetually pushing out content that actually converts, okay? So this is still happening. We just bumped it forward 6 months. So September 25th and 26th of 2020, still happening in Salt Lake City. It's still going to be a great time. And if I'm being honest, the weather in September is way better than the weather in March in Salt Lake City. So I think this is serving us to a large degree, okay? So weather alone, this is going to work out for us, okay? Now here's what's super cool too. All our speakers still speaking. How cool are they? They're like, listen, you just tell me where to be and I'll be there. And I'm like, thank you so much. I'm actually crying right now. So obviously yours truly is going to be training, okay? Then let me just walk through. Paul Van Bloom, the guy that made the coronavirus vlog that you just saw, he put that together. But not only is he an amazing videographer and editor, he's a master storyteller, and he specializes in pattern interrupts. One of the ways that you can get stories to convert is by sparking people's attention in the first place. You might be telling a really cool story, but if nobody listens to it, then it doesn't matter, right? Paul is a master at pattern interrupts and in storytelling, and so I was like, please, Paul, please come teach my people how to do what you do. And he said, of course, okay? And then we got Stephanie Dove Blake. Actually, I'm not going to Stephanie yet because she's on day 2. Okay, also day 1. We have Cody Jefferson. Cody Jefferson is one of the most brilliant mindset coaches that I've ever met in my entire life. Talk about design hacking your mind. It is this man right here. He is unreal, and he's going to show us literally how to use these principles of storytelling to craft these stories in a way that we actually believe. So many of us are governed by these hidden scripts. And he's going to help us get rid of them, okay? Then we have Austin Dixon, maybe one of the smartest marketers I've ever met in my entire life. Like, to a degree, Austin, I think you're on here. It's actually annoying. I'm like, how? How is he so good at stuff? I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. He studies his freaking butt off. That's how he's so good. But anyway, I'm, like, always inspired by him. And he is a master storyteller, especially when it comes to copy. Get on this dude's email list, like, right now, so you can start studying him before you see him in 6 months. But he's going to come teach us how to craft these stories and make money doing that through an email list and what that looks like, okay? So that's what's happening day 1. Then, day 2, now we're going to go on to Stephanie Dove Blake. She's amazing. I know a lot of you people out there are agency owners. You sell funnels or you sell other services. Stephanie built an agency, a 7-figure agency, all while having 4 children. And one of the geniuses about it is that she built it. She started working 60 hours a week, and then the second it started scaling is when she only started working 10 hours a week. She started implementing systems, and it just blew through the roof. And so I was like, Stephanie, please come teach my humans how to do this. And she said yes, okay? Then we got Lauren Golden, also built a 7-figure business with 3 children under 7 years old. She is a time freak. I have never met anybody who knows how to govern a Google Calendar like she does, and she understands principles and truths about time that most people don't. And I said, Lauren, please come teach us these. She works 4 hours for 4 days a week, and she has a 7-figure company. Let's talk about that for a second, okay? She's amazing. Then our keynote speaker is Katie Richardson. She's been on the cover of Entrepreneur Magazine. She has generated a multi-million-dollar business, sold it. She's been featured on the Rachel Ray Show, the Today Show, the Ellen DeGeneres Show. Like, she's kind of a big deal, okay? And she also is a master in knowing how to tell stories that convert to you and to the people and tribes that you lead. So I said, please come, okay? So how cool are they? They're all still coming, the March 26th, 27th, okay? But here's what I really want to focus on is this 6 months to change your business and life situation, okay? So what's happening here, I want to walk you through what's like this offer stack so you can see what's actually going on when it comes to what's going to happen over the course of these next 6 months, okay? So the first thing that I want to actually have you focus on is this 6 months. Actually, no, we're going to skip down. Do you see where it says 6-month design hacking roadmap, okay? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to lay out this roadmap of step 0 to complete of what it will look like to implement design hacking across all areas of your business. What does it look like to implement design hacking, which honestly is just how do you tweak the design or presentation of these things to increase conversions, okay? How do we do this when it comes to funnels? How do we do this when it comes to videos? How do we do this when it comes to copy? How do we do this when it comes to your podcast? Like we're gonna map it out for you so that you can understand the landmarks and key performance indicators that you're going to need to be aware of, okay? So that's what you're gonna get. Then, to help us to actually fulfill the 6-month roadmap, if you see here, we're going to give you 6 months of design hacking implementation challenges, okay? Like, this whole design hacking live event was centered around implementation. When I started, I said, listen, the last thing I want to do is put people in a room for 2 days and have people talk at them and have them leave overwhelmed, right? All I said is I said, I want people to walk in, take an inventory of their business, and be able to walk out 2 days later and actually see evidences that their business has changed. Had this event gone through, it would have happened, okay? So now what we decided to do is rather than just do that in 2 days, we're going to do that in 6 months, okay? So we literally every single month will be distributing implementation challenges to help you to know what does this look like in your business and how can you start playing this game. So that by the time we get to September 25th and 26th for Design Hacking Live, we're not starting at square zero. We're like, oh, yeah, we're already doing this. And we can start to play a little bit more advanced game, which will be super fun, okay? Now, I guarantee you that as this comes up, as you guys have specific questions when it comes to your unique niches or your unique offers or your unique businesses, you're gonna run into some questions. That's where I come in, okay? I am coming in to actually come coach these things, help you implement them, answer your questions, and make sure that these things are actually on board and running so that when we get to September, things will be going great. And then what's super cool is supplemental to all of these things, we're going to get to have amazing design hackers across all realms of media come in and give some guest trainings, including all of our Design Hacking Live speakers, okay? So, and then we get to culminate this entire celebration March 25th, 26th in Salt Lake City, Utah. Like, this is actually really cool. So again, like, we really are taking this 2-day event of what we had initially thought that it was going to be in terms of content, implementation, the feel of it that we wanted to do, the empowerment, and just stretching it out into a 6-month experience, okay? So that's what we got going on there. It's going to be amazing. Honestly, literally so amazing. So here's the deal. If you already have your ticket, know that the festivities start April 1st, okay? So April 1st is when it's going down. So we'll have April, May, June, July, August, September, 6 months, okay? So the festivities start April 1st. And for all of you that have your ticket already, the day before, March 31st, we'll get you all set up and ready to go. But we'll also be pushing more information in our Design Hacking Live 2020 group. Like, in fact, if you go look there now, you'll literally see we've updated the cover photo. It says, like, Design Hacking Experience. And we'll be dropping some things over the next few days and then really diving deep on the 31st to lay out everything that's happening. But know that the fun starts on April 1st, okay? Now, if you don't already have your ticket to Design Hacking Live and you want to jump in on this experience, I am telling you what, I care about you, but you're literally dumb if you don't, okay? So here's what you're going to do. Literally just go to designhackinglive.com. You'll come here. You'll say reserve your ticket. You'll put in your email address so we know where to send your receipt and all things of that nature. And then you can come here to the order form and actually purchase your ticket. Now, you'll see here, as this uploads, you'll see not only, again, do you get the Design Hacking Live event, the 2-day event, you also get the 6 months of coaching, the 6 months of guest training, the 6-month roadmap, as well as 6 months of implementation challenges, okay? This is a nearly $30,000 value. Are you kidding me, you guys? And we're giving it to you for $697, okay? Now, I know a ton of you already upgraded to the VIP experience, which you should also do that because it's so good, okay? But honestly, for just $647 more, you get not only preferred seating, but we actually have a Saturday night event with me and other VIPs, which is really cool. Not only is it additional training, but it's amazing networking. It's actually really fun. We have entertainment coming in, this huge catered dinner. It really is a place to kind of know the who's who's of what's there, okay? Then we're also going to give you the VIP Social Pro Pack, which basically we literally have a photographer and a videographer follow you around for the event to get you content for your social. It's really a lot easier to tell stories when you have visual content to complement it. That's what we're going to do for this, okay? And then we'll also get you some exclusive Design Hacking Live swag, okay? So, designhackinglive.com, that's where you can go to actually make this happen. And again, it all culminates in September with the actual Design Hacking Live event in Salt Lake City. So let's just do a little recap. Is this cool? A little recap. Recap number 1 is my Canon camera died, so I'm on my webcam right now. That's update number 1. Update number 2. We've had some technical difficulties through this, and you guys have just really stuck with me, and I couldn't love you more. Recap number 3. What's happening? We have not canceled Design Hacking Live. We simply rescheduled it for September 25th and 26th in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we've expanded it from a 2-day experience into a 6-month experience. How does this work? 6 months roadmap, 6 months of implementation, 6 months of coaching for me, 6 months of guest trainers. Literally, you guys, I have a lot of smart friends, and all of them are smarter than me, and they're all coming in to teach us. This is going to be great for all, okay? That's what we got going on there. Recap next. If you don't already have your ticket, literally get it now. The party's about to start, okay? The party's starting April 1st. We're really going to dive into this. If you already have your ticket, make sure you're in the Design Hacking Live 2020 group. We'll be dropping a few things before then, but the party really gets started month 1, April, May, June, July, August, September. We'll dive deep in this stuff, but the true recap of all recaps is the reason why design hacking is so important. The reason why we have to learn how to help ourselves and other businesses tell stories and present offers in ways that actually convert is because it wakes us up. And when people wake up, it changes homes, it changes communities, it changes nations. And as we know right now, we need the world to change. And I think there has truly never been a more exciting time to be a design hacker than now. So, I love you guys. I can't wait to hang out with you in the flesh in September. I cannot wait to hang out with you virtually for the next 6 months. Make sure you get your ticket at designhackinglive.com. Love you guys so much. See you on the inside. Happy Design Hacking Online event. Who knew this was going to happen? Not me, but I'm so glad it did. Love you guys so much. Be safe. Wash your hands. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the inside. Okay?